Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 116 of Direwolf20's Let's Play series. Woohoo! I'm tidying up my base a little bit. You guys are going to have to let me know what you think. I decided to try something a little different. I don't know, you have to tell me if you like this room. I think it looks cool. I guess. I think it looks cool. You guys are going to have to feedback. You know the deal. Tell me if it looks good or not. I think it looks neat though, so I'm sticking with it. Yeah, so that's what I'm currently working on, making this base look a little bit cooler than it did in the past. Dun 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 dun. See, that looks kind of neat. I like everything about that. Like how it transitions and stuff. Doesn't it look awesome? I don't know. I think it does, but you know the deal. So anyway, just a little bit today of fancying up some places, and then I want to start working on some other kind of automation-y type stuff to kind of make sure that this base is in tip-top shape. Because we want this base to be uber. Yeah, look at this, dude. This looks cool, right? This awesome transition from this side of the room to this one. And like over here, we've got like one set of machines. Down the middle, we've got like the 3 crafting terminal type things. And over on the right, we've got this other set of machines. Like that is cool. And we've still got, boom, access panel right down here. Nice, right? And this, of course, is just something we set up previously. Pretty neat little place to hang out and manage some AE type stuff. Yeah. Any other automations and whatnot we'll wind up eventually making their way down here. I mean, obviously we've got this cool stuff. We've got 5 of these crystal growth accelerators cruising. They're all online, which is kind of a good sign. I do want to just double check to make sure that everything's working properly. Yeah, you all look good, right? Cool. Nice. Just wanted to make sure that everything was online. It seemed like it was running slow to me, but I might just be spoiled by my Agrarian Skies playthrough, where we have some machines that speed that up even further than they usually do. Oh, that's right, I have to put those things back. Cleaning up inventory for a moment. That all looks good. Playing patterns have to go back up in the pattern terminal. Yeah. Popping back upstairs. Boom. Nice. I like it. So where's my pattern terminal? This guy. So yeah, I think this room turned out pretty spiffy. Yeah. You guys tell me what you think. I have probably a little bit of, let's actually get a few more bricks here. I want to get the outside too, so that as I'm flying around outside my base, everything looks right. You know what I mean? There we go. Cool. So this episode, as mentioned, I'm probably going to want to do a little bit of work tidying up some areas of the base, but really want to focus on automating a few things. So how about I get set for that, and then we will come back and get into what we want to get into. All right, I will see you guys in just a moment. All right, guys, we're back. I'm taking a quick look at my blood magic area. Technically, this still functions, but what happens is there's some mobs in here that are aggroing each other, and occasionally it causes a creeper to explode. So if you've been playing my world, and a couple people have messaged me about this, you might come in here every now and then and find giant holes in the wall. And that's starting to get to be frustrating to me. I would also like to be able to access some blood magic-y type stuff from, say, my Void Age, while not specifically needing to have all kinds of stuff here. So let's see, what do we currently have installed? Augmented capacity runes, sacrifice runes, some speed runes. Okay, not particularly terrible. Dislocation runes, cool. All right, and more sacrifice runes. So let's see, I have to remember which runes are which. So we've got dislocation in there, that's cool. And then speed rune, acceleration. I think this is one we're gonna wanna get our hands on a little bit. So as you guys may recall, and this thing's currently what, like cruising around doing some stuff? How's my LP pool, by the way? I'm currently not really paying attention to what's going on here. You know, you might be, where's my stuff for this thing? Here. So current LP is full. Okay. So that thing's just sitting there. It's not draining the LP into the thing. Okay, so that's neat. So we're at 10 million LP, which is actually a pretty good amount of it. What I'm thinking I might want to do is switch up a little bit about how this works. So let's craft some stuff, shall we? I'm gonna get ready to make what I need to make. Let's see what's down here in this chest. So we do have some demonic slates. That's cool. And speed rune, acceleration rune requires ethereal slates, which are tier 5. Do I have those going? Probably not yet. But this is a tier 5 altar. Yes, yes. So I'm gonna add to my machine inventory manager. Wow, that's a lot of things. I'm gonna modify this real quick and come back in a minute if I can remember how this even works. Alright guys, got a couple things in mind here. I don't know if you've noticed, but Cursed Earth can sometimes be a little bit slow. So there's a couple things we're going to do about this. Well, first off, one thing that keeps bothering me is all these items floating around here. So, time to throw this guy, and that guy. Nice, quick, and easy. Transfer rotten flesh into there. That should help with picking up stuff. Cool. Might even get a few speed upgrades for later, but at least that'll help with the tidying up of junk. I'm even going to stand right here and make sure these things get picked up. Nice, they did. So that's a good range thing. The other thing I want to do is speed up the system here. So let's try and put this guy... That's going to be sneaky to fit in there. So let's make... left, right. So if we do this to the point where it's all blue, that would tell me that we're probably facing up. Throw a watering can in there and it will speed up the rate at which this thing runs. So if we were to then say receiving energy from main power, here all of a sudden it got louder in there. Can't really tell if it's up or down though. Kinda want to take a quick peek. I should be seeing particle effects. Oh boy. See, look what happened. Alright, I'm not seeing particle. Well, you know what? They're respawning pretty quick in there, so that's kind of a good sign. Yeah, the speed at which these guys are respawning is good. So let's pop down here, turn on the lights. Yeah, the speed at which these guys are spawning is definitely good. Sweet. Alright, so that's cool with me. I will say that's working. I usually can see the particle effects flying through there, but I can't right now, but I'm not going to worry about it. It definitely seems to be working. We'll know if this thing decides to quickly spawn a bunch of stuff in a moment here. I'm going to go put this junk away. So much loot. Goodness. Okay. So when I turn off the lights, if it's suddenly full of mobs... Yeah, see how there's like 4 mobs in there already? 4 is about the limit, I think, that we'll see in Cursed Earth. So that's kind of good. And we can see our blood altar doing its thing, so that's cool. Nice. Very nice. Alright, good deal. So that's just making a little bit more efficiency around this. Now, the reason I'm doing that, I'm going to get into in a moment. How am I for ethereal slates? So I want about 40 of them, and I probably have about 3. Oh, 2. I don't even have 3. Okay. That's cool. You should be getting close to... Yeah. Oh, that's right. I took away the speed upgrades down here and put more runes of sacrifice because I really wanted to maximize the amount of LP that I was producing from this altar. So I guess we'll come back in a few minutes here after this is run, produced a few more ethereal slates, and I'll show you what I'm going to be using them for. Alright guys, I think we're almost ready to make what I want to make. Took a while to build up all these ingredients and stuff, but I think we're almost there. That should be good. So I've got 40 speed runes. That's good. And now I've got my 40 ethereal slates. Took a while to make those, but I just kind of went AFK for a bit. I won't lie. Let's see. Rune of acceleration. Hopefully this isn't too hard. Can I use the Master Blood Orb with this? No, I need the top tier one. Great. I know where to get it though. I've got it already. Should be in here. Archmages. Cool. And pretty soon, I won't have to worry about going back and forth with blood magic-y stuff. That's the goal here. How am I for buckets at the moment? We're going to want just a few more. There we go. Cool. So the runes of acceleration, that should be good. Orb here, that should be cool. We'll put our speed runes in here, and that should give me 31. I need more buckets. $40. Nice. So why did I want exactly 40? There's actually a really good reason for this. Probably going to want some more runes of dislocation as well, which are going to acquire the imbued slates, but we'll get to them maybe in a bit. So let's say that we want to probably, for the most part, get rid of this inventory manager thing. Now, Steve's, whatchamacallit, factory manager. Could have sworn I had the add-on that lets me pick this thing up on here, but I guess it's not in the pack. I thought it was, but okay. No big deal. What I'm going to say is we're probably going to want to redo some of this anyway, some of the auto-crafting stuff. But I want to have this altar here be primarily dedicated to spawning and creating LP. So what we should see happening right now is some LP going into this drum. So see how it's going up? It's going about 20 LP per second. So see how that's running? Kind of slow. So what I'm going to say is let's replace these guys with runes of dislocation. I'm going to do that courtesy of you. So we're going to bump this up a bit. Cool. And you, and you. So this guy can no longer hold quite as much as he could before. He can only hold 10,000 LP, but that's fine. Because what we can do now, and I'm going to probably... Oh, it kills me to do this, but I'm going to do it. See you later, dude. We're breaking all the things. Put this speed rune back. In fact, I can probably not need speed runes anymore. I'm going to swap this out for runes of sacrifice. Cool. So we can see lots of LP going on here. What I'm going to do is just get that out of there. That's the blood altar. What I should probably do, snag myself some hardened fluid ducts. And hardened servo should suffice. That can transfer how much? 75%. Let's do... I can make a resonant servo relatively easily. Yeah, that'll be good. Speed's the name of the game. So the limiting factor on transferring liquids from the blood magic altar is the altar itself. It limits how much liquid can transfer through. And we saw it was a very small amount coming out before. It was about once a second. So I'm going to put this guy here, we're going to pop this dude here, and we're going to say ignored. So how fast are you filling up now? Look how much faster it's going. It's obviously doing about 20 a tick instead of 20 a second. The reason is these runes of acceleration increase the speed at which the altar can extract liquids. So if we take a look in here, we'll see we're probably losing LP. Nice. That's what I wanted to see. So long story short, for every one of these runes, it subtracts one, right? So, you know, we're going down here and we're seeing all kinds of good stuff happen. Very cool, right? What I should probably also do is, because we're not going to worry about any of the stuff that's here anymore, I can get rid of you. I'll leave that for now. I'm just going to keep my blood orb in there because I want my blood orb to also absorb, and it's probably back in the AE system, LP to keep things running, because that's going to be an important aspect here. But basically any excess LP will wind up being sent into the barrel, which is cool. Pretty much what I want. How are we doing on LP here? Not terrible. So that should fill up quickly there. So I should be getting a net gain in LP, see? And then some will wind its way into the barrel. So that should be pretty good. Obviously not as much as before, but once my internal LP network fills up again, we'll be in good shape. So that is a super efficient LP generation altar. There's really nothing else to it. I think it looks good, yeah? Just trying to think if there's anything else I want to tweak here. But I think we should be okay. So what I'm going to ultimately want to do is store my life essence in the drum where it's going to permanently live. So let's pop in a tesseract here. And what this guy's going to do is be configured to send fluid on, how about frequency 25? And we will name you life essence. Plus and check sending fluid. Cool. So right now the fluid's obviously not going anywhere. So the pipe there is back stuffed up, which will just help with my LP rapidly refill my internal buffer. Neat, right? Let's go back to the main base in the Void Age, and what we're going to do is hook up the machine on this end. And we're going to rearrange a little bit of how things work. So let's do this. In here, in my terminal, I'm going to put away a lot of the Steve's stuff for now. I don't think we're going to recreate it with Steve's. But what I do want to have is an altar. Cool. So let's do that. So we're basically going to have two altars. One whose job is dedicated to generating life essence, and the other whose job is dedicated to using life essence. So I don't need to worry about the life essence in this age. It's just going to pretty much be there ready for me to use whenever I want. Just trying to make sure I build out the room the proper size. So let me get some measuring tape and come right back to make sure I do this properly the first time. Measure twice, cut once. Alright guys, so I think this right here is about where I'm going to build my altar. And I'll do something with this guy in a minute, but for now, let's build out the altar. I'm going to want a lot of speed runes and also, obviously, the 20 runes of acceleration, and just a few other things. So let's manage that. So if we were to grab ourselves from here, there's one more sigil that I want that might not be in there, but it might be in here. Yeah, sigil of sight. This is a good one to see because it'll let you see the input and output tanks LP, and that's going to be an important thing to note. So let's do, so we're going to want some hardened fluid ducts coming from the drum of life essence. Probably do 2 of these just to be safe. Get out my servo. Remember I made 2 of these. So remember what happens is there's an altar's input tank that needs to fill up, I think. What are you doing? It's the blood lamp, that's why. Sigil of sight. So you can see the input tank is at 1,000, output tank is at 1,000. Once they're both kind of full, then the internal LP of the thing will go. But see, again, it's 20 LP per tick. We're going to speed that up pretty quickly by throwing some runes of acceleration down. Now, for appearance's sake, I'll probably swap these to speed runes in a moment, but this will just get me going with what I'm going to want. So now we should see stuff obviously flowing a little bit quicker here. See how much faster it's going? Definitely not a full second between each. And then as we expand it even more, it'll be even faster. But for now, let's do that. So runes of acceleration make it faster. The runes of dislocation, so if we watch here, see it's still 20 LP per tick. See how long it's taken to go? If we put runes of dislocation here, and remember only 4 of these apply when it's a tier 2 altar, so it's not actually all 8 affecting it, but you'll see it now goes more at a time, right? It's like close to 40-ish. So I mean, it just bumps up the amount. It drastically scales once we get more in here, but I'm gonna want more speed runes and just a few other things. So let's come back in a moment when I've got most of what I want. We're mostly gonna want speed runes on this thing because it'll just make it so much faster. And we're also gonna want some runes of dislocation. So those require imbued slates. So let's get as many of those as we can. We're gonna need water buckets, huh? All right, I should be able to craft those. I need to teach the A system how to make buckets because clearly you have not been paying attention. Interface for molecular assembler. Oh wow, we have a lot of invalid patterns in there. Interesting. I'll whack those out later. Let's get like 100 buckets of water and then we'll be in good shape. All right, back in a minute, guys. All right, so that should be a tier 3 altar once I get some glowstone placed down. And obviously the idea here is to have an altar room that looks pretty good and has most of the altar hidden underground because we're not really going to need to see most of it. So tier 3, notice how much faster the LP is flowing in now. That's exactly what we want to see. So the LP, we're more concerned about how quickly we can transfer it from the barrel. So that's cool. So I'm going to put my reinforced slate, my demonic slates. Sigil of the Blood Lamp can stay for now. Ethereal slates, rune of sacrifice, augmented capacity. Cool. You'll probably want some of these here as well. So that should be all right. So let's get the next tier in. So that'll be you and you. And then I think it's 7 runes along each side. Yeah, that's true. So I'm going to do... I guess we'll do 3 augmented capacities because I have 21. One, two, three, 1, 2, 3. And there. Cool. And then 1 pillar higher with bloodstone or something like that it's called, right? Yeah, large bloodstone brick. This will at least get me a tier 4 altar, which has a decent amount of space in it. For LP, that is. And then I can probably start work on more stuff. So how's that look? Yeah, now we're talking capacity 52,000. And look how quickly the LP is flowing in. And I have a ton more runes of dislocation to put in once we get to the right point. So that should be cool. All right, let's come back in a minute because I want to talk about how I'm going to do stuff. I want to flatten out this area. So let's real quick reset show area. I'm going to move you down 1, 2, 3 will be my floor. And then we'll expand. Why am I not seeing this? Oh, that's why. Derp. So probably expand 1 more. That'll be good for now, just as like a temporary All right, just build me a floor, would you, buddy? He should be on his way. Nice. Cool. All right, I'll come back in a minute. I want to think about how I'm going to automate some of this stuff that we're going to do in here, because I want to do it without Steve's factory manager, but also in somewhat of an intelligent way. Good, robot. You've done a nice job. You may go home now. Dude, I'm clearly having a lot of fun with this drone. Anyway, back to building cool things that do cool things. So we store a lot of LP in here. We can probably get a little bit more speed going, but one of the first things we're going to want to get more speed runes is more blank slates. Ta-da! So let's get those up and running. So I'm going to throw down one of these dudes and one of these dudes, and we're going to have a resonant servo and a resonant filter in here, and this should be a good way. Because we've got an altar that's dedicated to producing LP and holding my orb, I don't need to worry about transferring my orb back and forth to this altar when we're producing items. All I gotta do is get the items into the chest. Cool, right? So let's grab some blank slates and such from here. So we're gonna want 1, 2, 3. I'm probably gonna want more stone. So we're gonna want the tier 1 stuff. This should be relatively quick to make. And then we'll also want, that's tier 3 or 4? That looks like 4 to me, yes. So yeah, tier 3 is the red one, which we probably don't have any of. So we will start that up pretty quickly. Notice, by the way, that we are using LP slower than we're piping it in. That's important. If we were using it faster than we were piping it in, it might be a little bit of an issue. And it'll cause us to want to tweak some stuff. But so far, we're in really good shape. So let's configure this guy. We're going to tell him to keep a number, a stack of each of these, right? So I'm going to do 1, 2, I'm going to go up to tier 3 for now. Prevent oversending, whitelist. And you can just whatever you want, right? So ignored. So when I put stone in there, it should suck it out and drop it in there. Cool. Nice. That's what I want to see. All right. So the other thing we're going to want is a chest for now, because I'm not ready to totally automate this piece yet. I want a transfer node from extra utilities. Like that. And we're going to want a hyper rationing pipe. Remember, that's going to make it so that it only transfers one item. And you may go in there. Cool. So once we get up to 64 blank slates, which honestly shouldn't be too long, things should start picking up for us. Nice, right? Might start even swapping out. Let's see how we are for stuff over here. So all I have is runes of sacrifice, so I can make a few more of these speed runes. I should probably throw a storage bus on that chest if I can. ME storage bus, let's get some cabling. I have no idea what kind of cable situation I've got going on down here. So this guy's using what? Only 2 channels? I'm not going to worry about this too much. I'm just going to run this guy over here. You can share the network channels amongst each other. I am cool with that. You would probably be going to Forest Raven mode. Storage bus there. This guy here. As long as this is still a tier 3 altar or whatever, tier 4, right? Yes. Just want to make sure. You can actually come down probably... And by the way, we should set this guy to extract only, so he doesn't start throwing junk in there. Cool, not bad. All right, that should actually work pretty well. If I have to get any other AE stuff over here, obviously I can, but for now, this should be sufficient. And look how quickly this is running already, 28 of these blank slates. I'm going to rapidly bump this guy up to make even more speed runes. I don't know why I grabbed them, because obviously the slates are available there. So there's 9 in the system, maybe 10 shortly. You know what I will do? Yeah. I'm going to say, where's that? Partition storage based on the currently partitioned stuff. Cool. Then I will set this guy to bidirectional. That way, when I have, for example, slates, and we put them in here, they automatically land in there. Perfect. Cool. So I've got 15 slots. Let's go ahead and speed things up a little bit in my production queue. I want to see if this is going to drastically affect the liquid transfer, because it's burning through life essence faster now. So see how fast it's producing stuff? Like boom, right? How am I for LP usage? Nice. We're not using LP that quickly. That's kind of really good news. Now you do use LP faster on higher tier stuff. So once we get to the point where we have like tier 2 and tier 3 being auto-produced, we might start having some issues, but we'll see. But I mean, we're up to, well, actually I did tier 4. I probably want to, that's what I want to do. 1, 2, and 3, and then we'll eventually start producing tier 4 and 5. The only thing I haven't yet programmed into here is how to stop putting stone in when I have the proper amount of stuff, but we'll work on that shortly. All right, I think, wow, that is fast. Look how quickly we're producing blank slates. I love it. We're pretty close to wrapping up the episode here. Let's just wait a moment. I'm gonna put away some junk and kill a minute or two, because I really just want to, I don't need runes of augmented, I might need runes of augmented capacity. We'll probably want some more dislocations and speed runes. I'm just kind of, it's a balancing act that I need to do on this altar now, really. It's just me trying to figure out the most efficient way to balance this thing out. I could probably even grab a facade here real quick. Stone facade, stone bricks. This is A2 facade, cool. These are always sneaky to get on, but hopefully I can, nice-ish. No, I did that wrong. There we go. Perfect. Cool. So 64. Now we're doing tier 2 stuff, and I am very glad to see that even at tier 2, it's producing just as many. Awesome. Let's drop this down to like 3 for a moment. So at tier 2, we're okay. At tier 3, we're burning through LP a little bit faster, but then we get it back while we're producing tier 1 and 2. So that's kind of cool. So we're going to have to kind of balance it. Like I said, this is all a balancing game at this point between speed runes and dislocation runes as to how fast we can produce these things. But we've got 14 million LP in the buffer. So that's kind of cool. All right, for now, it is absolutely time to wrap up the episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We will come back next time, finish up this build, where we're going to basically have all the things. And then, you know, we'll come back next time. We'll have a little bit of fun. We'll do a couple things, and that'll be a good time. All right, guys, for now, Direwolf20 signing off. Take it easy.